Hi guys, James here at Sunseeker Southampton. Tonight I'm going to talk you around a Sunseeker Manhattan 52. For its launch 2017 this model, and behind us here is boat 503, which is the last boat we're going to have in this series before we replace her with the Manhattan 55 later this year. So just spin the camera around behind me here. Here she is, stock boat just off the line, and the reason I tell you it's the last one quite simply is there's a deal to be had on her. If you're still looking for a boat to use here for the rest of the 2020 summer season, obviously still early in August, plenty of opportunity whether it's here in the UK or on a ship even as much as next week. We can have her down to the Mediterranean. Still plenty of opportunity to use her before putting the boat to bed for the winter. So it's a great opportunity in what is by volume the fastest and best selling boat that Sunseeker have ever built. Weighing in 17.21 metres tip to tip, she's a beam of 4.87 metres and a weight of around 27,000 kilos, so a real substantial yacht. 3 cabins, shaft drive typically. There is an IPS option, although most of them are built with shafts, which is a Volvo Penta D11 725, and with the benefit of things like proportional bow and stern thrusters and joystick systems and what have you. Very much an owner-operator proposition if you're new to boats or inexperienced, perhaps had a smaller sports boat and looking for something with better accommodation. So she's a real thoroughbred all-rounder. We haven't really changed anything on this model since we launched her, say back 2017, which tells you just how good she's been for us and the brand. So here on the stern, this is a hydraulic high-low bathing platform, lifting 450 kilos, so it'll take a Williams 325 rib very comfortably. If you take a stabilisation option on here, it's a retrofit gyro. This particular boat selected without it. Actually we suggest a slightly reduced capacity on the platform to take into account the extra weight of the gyro. Talk you through that in a little bit more detail if you're interested in her in particular. But on the back here we've got the beach club here with a barbecue and a workstation, and if we fold that away, there's a drop down seat here below. Nice place to sit and watch the kids in the water, have your morning coffee or what have you. The beach club also includes this shower up top here, and the locker will take an F5 Seabob stored vertically in there. She's got the optional crew cabin arrangement, so if we just come around here, access straight off the platform. We've got a single bed running transverse. There's a Siemens washer dryer down there, laundry cupboard above, and there's a little bathroom up the end there with a electric loo. You can see you've got basin, there's storage underneath that. It's all fitted out, wet room, floor and what have you. There's a lot of owners, say very much in the realms of that owner operator size, will use this just for storing canopies, fenders, water sports equipment, etc. Platinum med pack, so we've got things like second set of stern cleats here, and then coming up into the cockpit we've got stern docking winches, handy when you're coming in back in stern too. Nice little tail bins here for the end of the ropes. Transom gates either side, so if you've got young kids, dogs, etc. You can see we've got dual access, and then up from the stern edge of this roof moulding there would be an aft canopy, so you can enclose this whole section. Zip up doorway both sides, and that then makes this aft cockpit area part of your living space combined with the inside. It's a real nice place to be. We can retrofit the boat. She's actually got reverse cycle aircon, but we can reverse fit a diesel heating system if needed. A couple of outlets here in the cockpit, and then with this bar arrangement open like it is now, you sort of bring all the living areas together. So 2 stalls here in the cockpit, which is a factory option. You can see how easily we just shut this, pushing the button on the end here, and if the weather so dictates, literally bringing that up, and the doors here, just literally a catch on there and the doors come round. And the boat's put to bed. Very straightforward, simple, but life on board this yacht has been transformed without the old days of fixed patio doors where you're somewhat limited between the living inside outside space. And just drop that back down. There's an option, we don't sell many of them, but this is a drop out platform to put a third station control in. With the advent really of remote control systems, not many of those needed these days, but it can be done as a retro if needed. And she's got a special interior. We didn't build many 52 Manhattans with this Bengay wood. It's a really nice high quality, larger yachts. This is one of the more popular wood options. You can just see here, really contrasting beautifully with the standard fit silver oak Cadorin hardwood floor here, and a full array of typical features you'd see in any of our high-end yachts. So we've got a Miele dishwasher, Smeg combi microwave oven unit, Dartington crystal glasses there, extractor fan here above the 4-burner Smeg top, full set of Royal Dalton crockery up top, handy storage bin in the worktop. We're on EU 2-pin sockets up there, easy to swap those out for USBs or 3-pin UK sockets. So we've got a good size single bowl stainless sink, and then loads of storage, custom cutlery, Robert Welsh cutlery, say provision storage and what have you. It's nicely laid out galley, loads of worktops as well. So if we look over to the opposite side on the starboard, great place to put a coffee machine, say toaster, things like that. And then beneath, the obligatory wine fridge, ice maker, and then this end one is your AV pack. So talking of AV, we've got an Apple TV, a Sonos Connect. Up there's 55-inch TV and a high-low box. Back here we've got a separate fridge freezer. And then coming forward, you notice we've got a couple of steps up into the deck saloon. So large panoramic windows, just looking around here. Great visibility if you imagine sitting here even on a winter's weekend. Lovely place to sit and watch the world go by. And a very social space, sofas both sides. Tables obviously opened into the dining configuration at the moment, but these do fold up as so into a little bit more of a coffee table setup. Very neutral colours in here, so we've got lots of greys, dressed up with a few marine themed funky scatty cushions. And you can imagine sitting watching TV in the evening there, so it's just literally pushing the button there and the TV's in a box instantly up. LED lighting, so we've got these lovely strip lights up here. It's all dimmable as LED's sometimes a little harsh at night, and that's the same for the exterior lighting as well. And then coming forward, we've got dual helm seats, so Besonzoni Italian seats, and these are adjustable rake fore and aft, so you can get comfortable into a driving position to suit. And if we come up and sit at the helm, you can appreciate visibility is great for a captain. If I just drop down this electric window here on the starboard, you can imagine, so I have my proportional thrusters, throttles here, so coming back in, there's room to stick your head out, and you can see all the way from the stern forward to the bow. So a nice alongside mooring, no problem at all if you're in the Med coming alongside another yacht, very easy. So, and everything's really nice to hand, VHF, DSC radio there, nice little weighted wheel here, and we've got 2.5-inch Volvo multi-function engine displays, rudder angle indicator, two 12-inch, so part of the Simrad premium pack here, two screens giving AIS 64 nautical mile radar up top, and then these do engine gauges. We've got things like charts on here, so it's all touchscreen, pinch to zoom, what have you, very quick to refresh. And then we've got a bank of switches here for anchor control, blowers, CCTV cameras, wiper delays and what have you, and then autopilot nicely falling to hand here. Sunseeker CM8 monitoring gauge, so we've got things like fuel tank levels, alarms and bilge statuses and what have you, so that's a monitoring system for the boat. The steering wheel of course is a tilt wheel, so we can get into a nice comfy position. And then we've got blowers up top there, so you could retrofit a diesel heating system if needed, which would give you full screen demist. as well as the option with the heating system, so with the aircon will give basic reverse cycle heating if needed. Deep storage bins here over on the port side. And then one last feature worth noting with the two helm seats here, we have a switch just down here under the dash. These lift up against the helm, and then we can just drop this cushion in like so. Just takes a few moments. If I stand back now, you can see you've got this lovely big return on the sofa. So when you're in port and the helm isn't needed, say loads more extra seating, now everybody's got an even better view of the TV, and of course you can convert that back in seconds to lower helm when you're ready to set sail again. So if we head on down, we arrive into the companionway lobby. So nice carpets. This is a kind of herringbone pattern on carpets here, and we're set up with 3 cabins. So forward we have the VIP guest cabin, so 1.5 metre wide island centerline double, storage drawers underneath, big skylight up top there, so the aft section there opens, forward one's fixed, big blind over the top of that. Got a good sized wardrobe on the port, storage up top here. There's an AV system in here, so up on the bulkhead there, 32-inch Samsung TV. We got a Fusion speakers up top with a head unit there in the cupboard. Nice little vanity station, aircon panels, so plug sockets by the bed. So a great space. You've got opening windows as well as the fixed glass. You've got these nice opening port lights, and then Jack and Jill access to the secondary heads on the boat. So this one is the day heads come servicing the 2 guest cabins. So we've got a soaker shower in the roof there, standard fit with a second handset. Nice Minerva stone finish here. Again, packing in the storage wherever they can. Up top here as well. And then coming back, so starboard side of the boat we have 2 twin guest beds. Again, storage up top here. Fusion AV, again same as the bow cabin, 22-inch telly on the bulkhead here. Good sized wardrobe, of course LED lighting in there. That's your head unit down there for the DVD. And then we come around into the master cabin. So just on the right as you come in, so port side of the boat. Again, an ensuite bathroom, so we've got a soaker shower up in the roof there. Good sized compartment there, Tecma vacuum flush toilets. And again, much the same with storage and what have you, opening port light there. And then we come down into the bedroom itself. So we've got an island centerline bed here, 1.5 meters wide. Storage drawers down in the side. Then we've got drawers, bedside drawers. And this particular boat configured there with 2 seats and that little table, so you can imagine sitting there, have a coffee in the morning, opening port light, etc. Nice detailing, so the colours are as neutral down here as they were up in the saloon. Very nautical theme. And that's a 40-inch TV Samsung unit up on the bulkhead there. And on the starboard side of the boat, so left hand side of the cabin, as we're facing aft at the moment, we've got drawers, storage covers. There's space to put a safe in here if you wish. So loads of provision storage. So it's a great boat if you're using it as an apartment on the water overseas. Don't have to fly backwards and forwards with all your gear every weekend. Or if you're based somewhere like down here on the south coast, so you can leave everything on board and travel light, which is part of the appeal for a lot of owners boating overseas. Just have a quick look under the floors here. So below decks, everything's as well finished as it is up top. So we've got a black waste tank here, and aircon circulation pumps and what have you. It's all lit, so there's plenty of space down there for storing extra provisions. Again, space underneath cabins here. There's a bit of storage under the outboard bed there. And then let's head up aft and round to the left here. We have the Flybridge stairs. So you notice you can go down these forwards or backwards, very easy access. And she's got the optional teak Flybridge decking up here, optional table, so these lovely big leaves that open up or close up to give you a bit more of a coffee table feel. Space up top on the arch, so if you want to do dummy domes or a satellite TV, put a couple of domes up here. We can paint them black in with the radar chair and the VHF aerials if you wish. Exterior upholstery, this is a Sunbrella, so there's a textured fabric to it. It's very neutral, sort of platinum silver colour. And then we have a wet bar area. So obviously this particular boat laid out with that aft beach club, so no real need to carry two barbecues, although we can fit a second griddle up here if you need it. You've got a sink and a top loading cool box chiller there. Real feeling of solidarity in these. They weigh a ton. Flybridge has offered protection here with the folding bimini system, so we literally take out these supports, undo the two wires here, and that stacks back against the two little brackets here and here if you want to be out in open sunshine. And then you've got acres of sunbathing area, so up forward of the helm here, big sunbathing space, very social seating opposite the captain. We can retrofit a little small coffee table in here if you wish. Again, say LED deck lights, and then dual helm co-pilot seats as we had downstairs. So these lift up if you want to get extra floor space for manoeuvring. We're sitting at the helm here. You can see everything is as it is downstairs, nice and close to hand with our autopilot here. Two 12-inch displays, say with throttle and thruster controls here to starboard. Everything's really nicely to hand, and if I just lean over the side here, you see all the way, so from back to front. So it's a great helm. And if I turn around 180 degrees now and look down the stairs, you can also see the bathing platform. So it does instill confidence if you're boating short-handed. Never a moment really where you feel you can't, certainly with two people, this is a very easy yacht to manage. Audio, so we've got up here, so this is there's 4 Sonance speakers with a Sonos Connect box. So you've got an audio zone up here. We've got 2 speakers in the cockpit, and then we've got a foredeck zone as well. And that's linked into a PepWave router, so 2 data card slots, and you can run a 4G connection sort of 20 miles offshore, and that will give you full music streaming, and it's linked to the telly as well, so you can then run your Netflix and Amazon Prime and what have you. So coming down the side here, if I just duck down with the camera, see it's a very safe area here if you've got young kids walking up and down, or dogs or what have you. The rail is sort of really at waist height, so feels very sturdy. And we've got the teak deck option here running all the way around. And then up forward, good sized anchor locker, so we've got a nice handy gas strut on that. So just take a look down there, so you've got a separate space up forward, little handle here to tie ropes onto when you're stowing your fenders away, easy to recover them. So you can see the speakers now on the foredeck AV, and storage lockers under here and here. The backrest cushion around here lifts up to give you more of a sunbathing feel, and the table drops down with an infill to give a cushion, again lighting, what have you. So it's a real nice private area. You get 8 people sat up here in comfort. So if you're in the med and you want a bit more privacy than you get sat in the aft cockpit with people walking past, or if you're on the anchor and you want a bit more sea breeze, so it's a real nice place to come and sit away from the bustle perhaps going on with people jumping off the back and what have you. So we're carrying 2,200 litres of fuel, gives us a range around 250 nautical miles at 22 knots. Typical cruising speed on one of these. She gets on with her D11 725, she's pushing around 30-31 knots flat out. Plenty of water, 600 litres on board, so that's enough for a family to enjoy a few days away. There's preparation on board if you're going to use somewhere like the Adriatic out at anchor for days on end, where you can fit a water maker. And engine space wise is all through the deck here, so we just literally pop that up. We've got a nice ladder, takes us down into the working space. So we're on a straight shaft, so you see engine, gearbox, shaft out through the back. So 11 litre 725 horsepower engines. It's the only option in this boat on the shaft. We've got things like up on the forward bulkhead here, nicely labelled switches, so everything's on independent breakers. Big battery charger over here. We've got hot water storage tank up there. Things like fire flaps already integrated into the ventilation system, so if you're ever wanting to code the boat, there isn't significant changes to make before she can operate commercially. So it's beautifully finished in here. You can see everything's nicely clipped up, very neat and tidy. Accumulator for the freshwater system up there, and then coming across on the other side we've got breaker panels for the mains, and looking through there we've got hydraulic systems for the platform, passerelle, etc. We've probably fit 50% of these, I would say, approximately, with stabilisation, and if you go for a Seakeeper gyro, fits in the space here. We have to just pick the generator up and move it outboard slightly, and we can do that for roughly the same cost as the factory install would be. So if it's something you want to explore further, let's have a chat about that, and I can explain the different options, because there are different sizes of gyro. 17.5 kilowatt generator, which is the larger upgrade, so that will allow you to fit the stabilizer system without having to swap the generator itself. So as you can see, she's very high spec, really very little needed to get her ready to go on the water. So just the basics of a safety kit, perhaps a tender, I'm saying if you wish to, commercial coding, and she's ready to set sail. So base price 950,000 ex tax, and as you see her here, she's 1.185 million ex tax. Of course, say as the last example that we're going to have through here, the London Group in the 2020 season. So a great opportunity to do a deal on her. Of course, with a part exchange, if you've got a smaller yacht to upgrade from, or coming into this for the first time, please let's talk through the options. Of course, arranging training, finance, insurance, delivery, etc. We can really accommodate everything through our 40+ office network all over the Mediterranean and beyond. So if you'd like to know any more about this one or anything else that we've covered, some other my channel videos, I say it's james@sunseekersouthampton.com, or +44 7747 686 587. Give me a call, we can talk through what it is you're looking for and get you afloat. So I hope you enjoyed the tour today. We look forward to hearing from you.